Good afternoon, everybody. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Virgilia Avad, and I'm a cancer survivor. And today I got a very interesting, topic to talk about, and it's about how to help yourself. Well, if you are having problem with your eyes, like let's say that you have dried eyes, so I know the doctors probably prescribe you the drops and things like that. I do take it myself sometimes, but I have a natural way to get rid of the dry eyes, and it's through my nutrition. But before I go any further, I would like to invite you to join my channel, subscribe, and so if you like the information that you see, I suggest you to comment, and so give me a thumbs up, and so let's go to the subject. Okay, now if so in my case, as a cancer survivor, before that I did have the problem with the eyes, my vision. I did have the problem, so I was having dried eyes, and so I have to use drop like 3-4 times a day, and so I was actually going to the doctor so often, so usually my glasses, they last I would say 2 years, but in the last few years, before I discovered how can I help myself with that, I realized that every single year I feel like I needed new glasses. Okay, so now how did I get rid of the dry eyes? I didn't get rid of like completely, but I have to say that it improved at least 85%. Okay, so one of the things that I did is this: I started drinking more water. We don't realize, but if we are taking like a lot of juices, it could be juice like cans, it could be sodas, anything like that. These are like liquid, but these are like full of sugar and full of other things that might not be good for you, for your body. But also the sugar and the juice is going to cause the vision to deteriorate faster, because you are putting yourself at the risk of developing diabetes. So sometimes, so we check with the doctors, and we see that A1C, the famous A1C, a normal one, it should be between 5.5. So below 6 is pretty much like normal, I would say. But if you are going like 6, you're already borderline. So if you're going 7, so you're already diabetic, and so forth. And the next step is the doctor might place you on medication like metformin and some other, medication for lowering blood sugar level, so because the blood sugar level is going to create other problem like high blood pressure, so it's going to create other problem. And one other thing that I realized is like the vision get deteriorated so fast when there is so much sugar in your body that you don't even think about it. But one of the problem is the dry eye syndrome. Your vision becomes so dry. So then, so in my case, so one of the things that I started doing was like cutting off with sugar. There's a lot of candies, so cake, so maybe once in a while taking like a little piece of cake is not bad, but not too often. And anything that have like a lot of starch, a lot of carbohydrates, because this is what happened When we don't pay attention to this, this is going to be a storage in our belly. Get a storage in our belly, but it is spread all over our body. And one of the things that get definitely damaged is the vision. So what do we have to do? So one of the things that we must do is cut off with those sugar. So cut off with those sugar. So we could decide to take some dessert, so I would say, and snacking a little bit more healthy. So one of the snacks that I started using that has some sugar, but it have a natural sugar, is the guava, the fruit, the guava. Guava is a low sugar, fruit, but it also help to lower the sugar level in the blood, okay? And the A1C definitely is going to go down. So I use the fruit, but I also use the leaves of the guava. I made tea of that. But so I suggest you, like, if you are taking like metformin, for instance, this is one of the medication for like lowering blood sugar level in your body. So talk to your doctor, so about that. And so you might want to continue checking your sugar level. If you see that your sugar level are going down, then you want to talk to your doctor. Now the doctor might lower the doses. You definitely want to monitor that, just to avoid that you drop to very, very low sugar level. So now, in any case, if you are a tea drinker like me, sometimes I like to take tea. Sometimes I like to do my natural juice. I make my own juice, like papaya. Papaya has a lot of good nutrients, so you could also make tea with that. You could also make juice with that. So when I make juice of papaya, I probably add papaya, strawberry, and a little bit of banana, maybe half of a banana. So then what do I add in there to help my eyes dry syndrome? I make sure that I add half teaspoon of flax seeds. So flax seeds is very rich in omega-3. Actually, I get 3 eggs, so daily basis. And these 3 eggs, they have the essential amino acids that I need for the day in my body, So, and I gotta tell you this. I have seen people, including, so even doctors that, so I remember this doctor. He was a vision doctor, near my city, in Miami. And he used to take himself just the white part of the eggs. He was taking the white part. So me, I take the whole eggs, whether I do it boil it or whether I do it fry, but I take the whole part. Why? Because the white is the proteins. Then the amino acids, the other part that we need, is actually in the yolk. That yellow thing, it has lutein for your eyes. So that explains why my vision have improved to the point that I no longer need to go to the doctor every single year to check my eyes. Even though I'm a cancer survivor person, and if you are a cancer survivor patient, that the vision get affected in a big way. So then, by taking these 3 eggs, I did myself the favor of my life, because it not only helped me to keep it up with my blood count and the protein in my body, so the protein is number 1, but quality protein for a patient survivor of cancer. So, but also my vision So it amazed me that when I went to see my doctor, he was like, whoa, something is working in your body because your vision is way much better than before. So I have better vision, but not only that, the doctor realized that I was having less problem with the dry eyes. That is huge. That is huge. And what I did new in my nutrition was I made sure that I drink a lot of water. I have these 3 eggs, pasture raised. Not any kind of eggs, but just pasture raised eggs. Why? Because these pasture raised eggs, they are better quality. They have all of the nutrients, the proteins. Remember, so if you're eating eggs, if the hens that you are, so that the hens that have the eggs, if they are like, they have nutrition like in the farms and the range and things like that. So the eggs quality, the nutrients are not going to be the same. Even though all eggs, they say like 6 grams of proteins, trust me on this. Pasture raised are much better because pasture raised eggs, they are the hens, they are like, they're getting like all of these, so nutrition for themselves out of the nature. They are wild. They eat everything, okay? All right, so now, so when it comes to the flax seeds, it also is very rich in omega-3. So you have the omega-3 from the eggs. Now you have the omega-3 from the flax seeds. So you definitely helping your body, okay? So what else do you want to do? I suggest you, so in my case, I cut off with a lot of fried food, and including all of these places that we go and we get like fast food. You could still eat, food from outside and things like that, but instead of getting the fried, so you could get a little bit more healthy things, maybe baked, or you could get the salad and things like that. But that is going to help, so. And at home, remember, with those fried things, when you buy it outside, they are done with those vegetable oils. The vegetable oils, they are reused. But not only that, vegetable oils is rich on omega-6. And when you have too much of omega-6, so you're going to create fat in your body. And you're going to have the balance. But not only that, your cholesterol is going to go up. So when you have a problem with cholesterol, you have a problem with your, so high blood pressure, the blood sugar is going to come. And what is going to get damaged? Your eyes. Not to mention other things like your heart, your liver, and other things. Okay? So that is important. So you definitely want to take, so a look at what you're eating. You want to take a look at the water, what you're drinking, and any drinks that you take. You might want to do it natural, because I gotta tell you this. A friend of mine, the doctor, say that remedy could be worse than the disease itself. And he's right about that, because it is like you are taking all of this medication for this, for that, and what happened is you getting side effect. You're getting one thing fixed and the other one is getting damaged, or maybe 3-4 things are getting damaged. Now, I'm not saying not to take any medication. If you need it, just take the medication. But the more natural that you eat, the more you live, and the better for you, and the less side effect that you will have, so. And before I continue, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave your comment below. And if you have any experience with that, I invite you to comment below because it's going to help other people as well. So it's going to help me too. So anyways, so another things that you want to do is like the nutrition, so you want to get a lot of cruciferous, a lot of salads, I would say like kale. So you also want to get the spinach, so cabbage, broccoli. So you want to get anything that is in the range of the cruciferous is going to help to improve directly in your vision. And any illness, including the dryness of your eyes, is going to improve. I have to say, it has to be really that I'm not paying attention, but I don't feel any more dry eyes myself. So I was doing the drops, I usually use the complete PDF, because that one, so it's a pretty good one, for the dry eyes. And I started using less a day. I was doing this like every 3-4 times a day, like my doctor recommended, But suddenly I realized that by improving my nutrition, my eyes started improving as well. So as now, I do the drop every other day, or maybe I do it once a day. So pretty much, when I wake up or when I get up in the morning, I use the drop. And it's amazing because since 2022 until now, 2024 now, I have seen my optometrist once. I saw my ophthalmologist a couple of times, so one of the reasons is not just to check the vision, but also to follow up with the glaucoma and things like that. That's one of the problems that sugar causes, glaucoma. And also, I also have the blepharoplastic, which is, so the eye lift, that also causes like dry eyes. But I follow all of the schedule, the protocol for that surgery, and the outcome was like really good, so I used to have like my eyes closed, almost closed when I was just talking to you when I was awake. And what happened is with the surgery, it kind of went wide. That's one of the things that you probably want to take a look, because sometimes if we have too much excess skin in our eyes, those puffy eyes, sometimes in the bottom, but most of the time on the top. So what happened is the vision is getting obstructed. The obstruction of the vision is not good, because you started feeling in diseases and other things. In my case, that was one of the problems. I couldn't see properly, and then what was happening, I was ending up like going more to the doctor. So you might want to take a look at that, okay? Because believe it or not, nobody knows better your body than yourself, okay? And if you are like a cancer survivor like me, you definitely want to take a look at this closely, because I don't know no one that is going through chemotherapy, cancer treatments, that have no experience, difference, changes in the entire body, but the vision, the eyes. So at the beginning, when I was taking the chemo, I thought that I was becoming blind, because my vision was so blurry. It was really blurry, and I was like scary. I would have to say that. At some point, I told a friend of mine, I say, you know what? I think that I'm getting blind. And she said, no, I think it's just the side effect of the chemo. And I agree, because after this, but I had to say that I took all of the precautions and I made sure that I was doing the better nutrition. Eating a lot of cruciferous. I was eating my eggs. I was eating salmon fish, because salmon fish is also like have a lot of omega-3. Omega-3, again, is good for your entire body and also for your heart. So one of the things is that by having omega-3 added in your nutrients naturally, so like your eggs, your salmon fish, and sometimes I would say like maybe once, twice a week, a steak. You see the difference. You see it in your complete body. And in my case, so I experienced that I didn't have anemia. I was really good, because not anemia, and the eyes were not dry anymore. And I still do the once a day I drop, but everything improved. So there is also another thing that is also great to help to get rid of the eyes dry syndrome. It is the collagen, but a good collagen. So they sell pills on that, and some nutrients has that. So I'll say kiwi, that fruit is excellent for that. But also kiwi has a lot of a lot of potassium. It have a big portion of potassium that you need for the day. And if you eat two kiwi a day, you're gonna see that your sleep is going to improve. Because if you don't sleep good, your eyes are gonna feel like they're closing. I don't know you, but me, when I was not sleeping good, my vision was like more close. Even though I didn't have the blepharoplastic before, I was feeling like my eyes were closed. But after I started doing good nutrition, some days they were like more open. And if you check out some of my videos, you're gonna see that. Because the blepharoplastic, I got it done about 3 months ago. So in 3 days, it's gonna be 3 months that I did the blepharoplastic. And so you definitely, so want to take a look at that. And so for my case, when it comes to collagen, I like to get the collagen natural. And the best way to get the collagen for your eyes, and not only for your eyes, it works on your skin, it works on your joints. If you have like arthritis, if you have any of those problems, you notice they're gonna improve. So how do I get that? I get that through the bones of you see, I do soup with the bones. I take the cow's feet. I also do the pig feet and also the chicken feet. In fact, if you notice, these are not cheap, the pound. If you were to buy like a pound of chicken, sometimes you might find that the thigh is less money than the feet. And the feet from the cows, it could easily cost you maybe $4. And so sometimes I take advantage when I see that supermarket have it reduced price, like $1.99. I do it. And so I take, so let's say the cow's feet. I take that and then I boil it for hours. I put in there like garlic, oregano, and salt. And I boil it until it kind of takes out all of that nice collagen. And I divide it in portion because 1 feet is really big. And sometimes I frozen part of it once I boil it. I would say a good way to boil it is like you could do 6 to 8 hours. Some people might do it more. That's at a slow cooking. Or you could use also the pressure cooker. You know, on the pressure cooker, so you might end up doing it in 1 hour and a half. Sometimes, most of the time I do that. Because, you know, so after being cancer survivor patient, I don't want to risk that I forget something on my stuff and then in my stove, and then I kind of burn the house. You know, so you don't want to do that. And I have heard a lot of stories of people that they did that. You know, so because your memory is not that good. But again, with a good nutrition, you're gonna improve your eyes, you know, life, and the healthiness, and your memory as well. Okay, you know, I thought that this is like a very important topic to share with you, and I appreciate if you are so kind. If you could just subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave your comment below. And make sure that your notification is on, because I post every week at least 2 videos, okay? So, all right. So, thank you very much for watching my channel, and I'll see you next time.